You gotta wash these cans. These are quart jars. And the 915 15 quart canner can actually hold 7 quart jars. So don't know if I'm gonna need this many or I may need more. I'm not sure. So we'll find out. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm just washing them by hand and then I'm sanitizing them. And yeah, I could do this in the canner, but me personally, I think that it'd just be better to do it in a different pot because I want the bottom and the top to warm up at the same time. That's just, I don't know, that's just me. I'm gonna let that one boil now. That's good. Also washed and now boiling the rings and lids. You can reuse your rings, but you cannot reuse your lids, is what they say. And so I got all these clean. Lots of neat little tools the canning kit comes with. I'll actually put a picture of it from Amazon. Magnet, got neat. Yeah. So just like, okay, that's about at the 3-inch mark. That's what you want on your bubble popper. And that's exactly how much water we're gonna need. So I just made a little line right there on the pressure canner. This is a canning eye. You can get it on Amazon. And also it heats up really quick and it holds the weight. I'm gonna put this in here. Keeps the cans from busting. And okay, I finally got all the meat out here, the shoulder, tenderloins, the liver, and then the 2 legs. Then you're gonna cold pack your cans with deer meat after you cut them up. And my dad told me this is where the game taste is. So cut all the fat out. Okay, we're cold packing the deer meat here. What we're gonna do is put a tablespoon of canning salt in the jars. This is 6 quart jars with no water. And put a little bit of vinegar across the top of the jars just to clean the very top edges. We use the green funnel to get all the meat in there, just to keep it clean. Then we're going to go ahead and put a new lid, finger tight. So you're going to screw that on there. Then we're going to go ahead and put that in the canner. Got the cans in. Now I'm going to put the lid on, which you can actually tell the where the front is because of that groove right there. Just line it up. You need to go each opposite side, tightening them down, and you just keep going all the way around until you get it even. And take this off. And then we're gonna put it on high and let it steam. And then whenever it's a constant flow of steam, we're going to let it do that for 10 minutes. And as you can see, it's already starting to seal, but you don't really go by that. You actually go by your altitude, which is like 1200 feet here, so it's only 15 pounds. So 15 pounds is actually right here, based on altitude. There's a chart you can find online. Might try to find a picture. And then, now let's come back to this. And this is the interesting part, because you actually want to get it to 15 pounds of pressure, which I have found my eyes right there. And it's actually, you don't go by this. This is, I think it has to be at like sea level. But you actually, 15 pounds of pressure for mine was like between 10 and 15, or like 12. Because you actually go by the weight, because it says 15 on the actual weight, and it's starting to jiggle. I think you're supposed to have like, what is it, 4 jiggles a minute or something like that. Anyhow, yeah, I got the meat in here, and now we actually have to get it to that fine-tuned 15 pounds of pressure, and then we got to cook it for an hour and a half. Okay, so when you get it fine-tuned, you can go and start your timer. I did a few extra minutes, who cares? But, yeah, mine's like right at 6. on the front, and that's where it is here, but really you got to go by the weight, which says 15 right there. And now we just got to keep a check on it and everything, and then we will let it completely naturally release. So that's actually where the disc comes in. You got to wait till this goes to 0, and then you take this off. But I will get that in a minute later. Okay, time to turn it off. Been an hour and a half, and we're gonna just let it naturally release and let this go all the way down to 0. All right, after it's down to 0, you can go ahead and take off the weight and go ahead and unscrew this. I use oven mitts, obviously. Then we can go ahead and take this off. Sometimes it gets stuck. Yep, it's stuck. Only thing you gotta do with that is gonna get like a butter knife or something. Then literally you can open it down. It's a metal seal. You just gotta put a little bit of Vaseline around it, right here, around that, and now it is done. Yes. Love seeing it bubble after it's done. This is like my favorite part. Find the place to set this down. Now for the fun part. And I always heard on the videos on YouTube that if you did a good job, it's still going to be boiling. Look at that. That's awesome. One potato. Two potato. Might get a paper towel after that. I don't really want to tip them over too much. Wow. This is awesome. You know that sucker's cooked. That went a little over an hour and a half. I think it's like 250 degrees. Wow. And this little grabber thing is just awesome. I mean, there's just bubbling like crazy in it. Yeah, it smells a little bit in there, but I heard that the canner gets the game taste out the best, so I mean, I think it does. Alrighty, is the last one, and then we just gotta let them cool overnight, and then they'll start saying boing, boing, boing. And then they will be sealed for a year. Hope you enjoyed. Okay, it's been 24 hours since they've been out of the canner, and we went and took the rings off to make sure that they didn't have like a false seal or something. So I'm picking up by the lids, and they are sealed, and they should be good for a year or years to come.